Are you excited for our road trip? Are you going to be a good girl? Are you going to have fun? Hello everyone, and welcome to a Knitty Heather scrap. My name is Heather. Big shout out and thank you to my husband Tom for giving me the idea and encouraging me to do some shorter subject content and call them scraps. That was his idea and I think it's really cute. And so this is going to be a shorter video, and what I'd like to talk about is vacation knitting. What to do when you're going on vacation and what you should bring. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, and on Sunday, my husband and I are leaving on a road trip from here in Kent, Washington, all the way down to Fort Collins, Colorado, and we're bringing Pepper with us, of course. We're going to take 2 weeks for the very first time, take our brand new Tesla Model Y. Her name is Tina, and if you're not familiar with Teslas, they are all electric. So that will be a huge new adventure for us, stopping at superchargers along the way instead of gas stations. So that should be a lot of fun. It will also mean a lot of knitting. And so I've been thinking about what I'm going to bring, and I'd like to tell you about that right now. So when I think about knitting on trips, especially road trips where you're going to have a lot of time to knit in the car, I really like to focus on socks, but I also need a little bit of variety. So you'll see I've got some socks, I've got some extra things to change things up when I need. And the last category that I need to remember is, of course, emergency backup yarn for emergency backup project. Because what would you do if you got stranded and didn't have any knitting to work on? How horrible would that be? Can you even imagine? So it's always good to plan for some extra projects, just in case you happen to get more done than you might think, or in case you get stuck somewhere. Pepper, what do you think of your new car seat? Do you like it? Are you going to be comfortable in there? Nice and safe and secure? Yeah, you're going to have a good ride? Okay, we'll check in with you later. As you can see, I've got all of my projects safely tucked away in their project bags. Except for this yarn from Legacy Fiber Arts, which I'll probably put in a plastic bag just to keep safe for in case I need it. Before we leave, I do have some goals set for myself of projects that I would like to finish. The first project is my Monopoly socks, my July Desert Vista Dye Works project. They just need an afterthought heel. I just bound off the tubes today. All I need to do is pick up and put in the afterthought heel. Those should be no problem. I would also really love to finish my Advent projects. I only have a couple days left to add to them, and I think I can get them done before we leave, so I don't have to worry about taking them. The first is my Sugar Pie Honey Bunch shawl by Laura Concert of Lollipop Girl Yarns, and the next one is the Land of Sweets cowl by Helen Stewart. If I could get all of those projects done, that would be awesome. I would also really love to finish, or at least get as far on my cozy knitter socks for the month, which is in the colorway My Friend Margaret. I have my heels in them. I just need to work up the leg and do the cuff. I don't think I'll finish those before we leave, but I will try to get as far as I can. Like I said, when it comes to knitting on a trip, my go-to projects are definitely socks. I do have some socks that I want to prioritize. First, I would really love to get my yarnable socks done as soon as I possibly can. Those are from Hypnotic Yarn in her Yarnable box, and it's the colorway Boom Fizzle Pop. I have quite a bit of work left to do on those, so those will be a priority. I would also like to get as far along on my 2 fall socks that I cast on. The first is Hocus Pocus by Scrumptious Pearl, and the other one is the Vanilla Latte sock, and I am doing that in Dragon Horde Yarns Pumpkin King colorway. And then I did also cake up the yarn that I plan to use for my August Desert Vista Dyework socks. That is the colorway Gelato. And as you can see, I have wound the cake and I also split them into 2 balls. So I think I will work on those 2 at a time. All my other socks I've got going on a single needle, but I like to do my Desert Vista Dyeworks 2 at a time. I am also planning on bringing my Stillness Shawl Mystery Knit Along. The last clue came out today, but I'm actually about 2 clues behind. So I would like to spend a lot of time, probably not in the car, but while we're at our hotels, I would really love to get a chance to work on that a little bit. And then I'm also planning on bringing a project that I have not shown on the podcast yet, but I think would be a good project to bring on the road because it's not very big yet. And it's pretty easy going, and it's a little bit different for when I want something else besides a sock. And that is my crochet corner to corner blanket. What I have is one tiny little scrap of the last bit of yarn that I was using, and then I plan on tying in a magic knot ball that I have made out of the leftovers from my Lollipop Girl Yarns Advent. Finally, for my emergency backup projects, I did find a pair of socks that I had started a little while ago, and they are out of Patton's Croy, and it's just called Rose Brown. It's another nice kind of self-striping, will be very hard-wearing workhorse sock yarn. So I will hopefully get a chance to work on those. And I also have a brand new sock set that I caked up from Legacy Fiber Arts. It will go into my fall collection, and it is called Vintage Fall. Last but not least, it's important to talk about notions when you're bringing your knitting on the road. I have this cute little notions bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. Check out her shop on Etsy. It's some cute little French seals. Aren't they adorable? Anyway, so what I like to keep in my notions bag is a measuring tape, a stitch fix in case I drop any stitches. It helps you kind of hook them back up. A little sticky note pad in case you need to make any notes, along with the pencil, of course, in case you need to make notes or mark up your pattern at all. Some stitch markers are super important in case you need to mark anything or count stitches. And then some scrap yarn, and in the scrap yarn I hold my darning needles, extra important for weaving in ends. And then I also have a little pair of scissors. These are little owl scissors I bought when I was at Maker's Mercantile here in Kent one day. So, all in a nice little convenient bag, and I have everything I'm going to need to take my knitting on the road. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little scrap, this look into what I am going to be bringing on our upcoming road trip. And I do really enjoy knitting while I am on the road, and this will be the perfect relaxing trip a lot of time in the car that I will hopefully get a lot of knitting done, and so I'm looking forward to it. Keep an eye on Instagram for my progress. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I am at Knitty Heather. Please let me know if you have any other ideas of content that you would like to see, whether it's in the regular podcast or ideas you might have for more of these little scraps. Leave a comment below. What kinds of things do you like to bring when you go on vacation? What are your go-to knitting projects? I know that I especially love socks because they are so portable and easy to pick up and put down quickly. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every single view, every single like. Please consider subscribing. That would really help my channel out. And until next time, be well, be kind, and happy knitting. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.